too.
I know, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
You got history here. You have alumni of Iowa State. You have former NCAA qualifiers. And then you have the Cyclones. You have people that have been in the NCAA championship finals.
Yeah.
It's going to be an amazing night.
Yeah, there's a ton of very talented wrestlers, a ton of ranked wrestlers. You have a couple to watch here, Kyvan.
Yeah, for Nebraska-Kearney, you got Augie Batsuri, who's coached by Chris Guillo at Fort Hays State in Kansas, and he's a two-time JUCO national champ. You also have Jackson Kinsella and Crew Howard at a back-to-back 197, 285. They're dynamic duo, and they're heavyweights, so I'm super excited about that. And then for Iowa State, you got the young energy out of Southeast Polk, Carter Pearson, and then you have Evan Frost, the other half of the twin brother, All-American 2 years ago at 133 pounds. Extremely tough. He's going to be in at 141. And then you got Connor Uten out of Ohio. Was injured last year. You can tell this past weekend at the Cyclone Invitational, he just had so much energy and so much excitement. Like it was bottled up because he didn't get to wrestle. Right. And he is super, super energetic. And we're really excited to see them scrap tonight.
Absolutely. Taking a look at tonight's starting lineups at 125. For the Lopers, it's Caleb Coyle at 133. You got Zach Orada. At 141, Joseph Orola. At 149, Brady Collins. 157, it's Cale Robb. 165, Trenton Munoz. 174, it's Augie Batsuri. 184, Caden Hart. 197, Jackson Kinsella. And heavyweight Crew Howard. That is the Lopers lineup. Take a look at Iowa State. A lot of very highly ranked wrestlers. We'll get into those throughout the course of the duel. But at 125, it's Steve O'Poulin, one of the many transfers. 133, Carter Pearson. 141, Evan Frost. 149, Panero Johnson. 157, Jacob Frost. 165, Connor Uten. 174, MJ Guyton. 184, Isaac Dean. 197, CJ Carter. And then heavyweight will be either Younger Bastida or McCray Haggerty. And now, Kyvan, got some keys for us here tonight.
Yeah, for me, the keys to victory for the Kearney Lopers are believe in self. You know, you're coming into a program that's established. They didn't have maybe the best year at Iowa State last year that they would have liked due to some injuries and some other different things. But you got to believe in self and you got to trust your coaching staff. The biggest thing between a coach and athlete relationship is that trust. And so if they believe in themselves, they trust their coaching staff, and they wrestle around and find out, WAFO, they'll be fine. They'll be really good to go. And then for Iowa State, Hilton is home. You got to protect home court or home mat in this situation, and you got to impose your will and take control. You want to take control right away at the start of each of these matches. The Lopers are going to come out. They're going to be energetic. They're going to be ready to go. 3 years ago they came in, or 4 years ago they came in here in 2021. The dual meet was lopsided in terms of a team score, 38-4. This year they're coming off Division II national championship as a team, right?
Yeah.
But they've been dual tested, so I'm really excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, looking at these two wrestlers here at 125, Caleb Coyle spent 3 years at Oregon State prior to his time with the Lopers. This is his second year at Nebraska-Kearney. The Lopers had a match last week, or a couple weeks ago, I should say, against Southeast Community College, 42-1 after a point was reducted. And Coyle won by major decision, 10-1 the score there. On the flip side, Poulin, one of the transfers for the Cyclones from Northern Colorado, ranked 7th in his weight class. He's a 3-time NCAA qualifier, and last year he was an All-American.
Yeah, and I don't know if anyone knows, but you know, Steve-O was a household name growing up as a kid, and he's been really an elite talent. Rolled through right there, looked for a Granby, and oh man, now he's getting his opponent stretched out. Coyle was definitely in some pain. You can see that when that shoulder gets over that head. Definitely uncomfortable. Pulling with the legs in, and he's absolutely vicious, and this is what made him an All-American.
And like we said, All-American last year. He's qualified for the NCAA tournament 3 consecutive seasons, 23 through 2025, and was a Big 12 champion at Northern Colorado a couple seasons ago. Iowa State really used the transfer portal this season to bolster their roster on top of getting a lot of bodies back from injury.
Yeah. And then that's just the name of the game nowadays. Everyone's using it, from the #1 teams in the country to the teams that are trying to build. Is you got to go really strategically look and see what is out there so that you can add to your roster, as well as continue to develop the talent that you already have inside your room. Beautiful front headlock position right here. And as you can see, Steve-O's looking to put that pressure into the balls of the feet of Coyle and then run that corner. And now he's running it really nicely, but he's got that ankle hook briefly. Coyle did a good job defending right there. See, he's trying to bounce that head off the mat, and then we're going to go to a stalemate right there.
Obviously 3-1 here in the opening period of 125. Early takedown for Poulin. Got him on the board right away.
And one of the really good things that Poulin does is when he takes a shot, he always comes up and he's looking for either an underhook or another tie to get to his offense. And so when you watch his hand placement, if he takes a shot, he's coming up and he's making sure that hand is being placed in a way that he can either steer and move his opponent or he can go off for his attacks.
Closing in here on the final 30 seconds of this first period. And really a nice job from Coyle, like you said, defending. Gave up that takedown right away, but he's held off Poulin for the majority of this period.
Yeah, found a way to get back to his feet, get that escape point. Those points are always big. 15 seconds left in the period. Poulin, is he going to be able to find another opportunity to score? Or is Coyle going to continue to be able to hold him off? He's using that overtie snap really well, Coyle is, for the Lopers.
Buzzer will sound there on the first period. And a look at that takedown from Poulin out of the gates.
Yeah, got to that body lock situation, followed the hips well, and then threw those legs in.
For both sides, what did you like out of that first period?
Well, I like the aggressiveness to start. This is Poulin's first match, and he's getting right back to it. Nice dump. Looking for a dump attempt. Oh, he's going to get it. Oh, that was nice from Coyle. That was a beautiful dump attempt. Goes fake, looks for it. Shot's not there, then goes dump. That was beautiful wrestling right there from Coyle, pulling up to his feet. Now it's going to be a 5-4. We didn't even get to talk about the first period. They got right back to the action. This is awesome. I love watching the little guys scrap because they just seem like sometimes they have a little bit more energy.
Yeah. Yeah, both starts to both the first and second periods have been great. Obviously, the Poulin takedown in the first, and then they trade blows here in the second. Or even for a bit before the escape out of Poulin.
Yeah, and you see right there that ankle's being hit a little bit, and he's doing a good job. But now he got to that far ankle, and that's probably going to be a takedown right there. Yep, he did a really good job. So he snapped, if you can, when we get a replay on that, when he snapped, you got to that front ankle or that near ankle, and then he was able to re-snap, block that arm, and get to that far ankle, and it just, you don't have the ability to really navigate anymore when that far ankle is captured.
Under 30 here in the second. Poulin trying to find a way to rack up some more points before the buzzer.
Yeah, and he also just had that riding time point, or that riding time climb over. Oh, bow and arrow action coming. This is where it can get painful for Coyle on bottom. Oh, man. That's a great bow and arrow action. But Coyle able to hold him off, not give up any points. He might feel that a little bit tomorrow.
And a look there at the top 8 wrestlers in 125. Poulin ranked 7th. A ton of Cyclones ranked. Both sides have a bunch of wrestlers ranked. Coyle unranked in Division II, but you'll see a plethora of ranked D2 wrestlers coming up here for the Lopers throughout tonight's duel.
Yeah, Poulin really trying to get some things started, and looking to start to impose his will maybe with the hand fight. We're a takedown match, so we're a one-score match right now. 8-5 lead, riding time not locked up. See that left hand of pulling. He has that collar tie.
What would be the big thing for Coyle to trying to find a way to draw even here?
Well, what worked? You know, he went duck under attempt to a dump that worked, and I think you got to look for it again. Or you got to look for something that you're going to come back, you're going to go one way, come back the other. Nice duck under attempt, and he gets a stall call at the same point, a stall and a takedown. Wow, that was beautiful.
Big move there from Poulin, obviously. Gives himself some cushion here in the final minute.
Yeah, now it's a major decision territory. Got to get his head out of there. Great job defending right now momentarily from Coyle, but he pops that head out, captures that leg.
And just like you said, bumps up to that major decision territory if he holds firm here with that 8-point advantage.
Oh, yeah, he's holding firm. that leg is caught up. Riding time's locked up. Did a really beautiful job of pouring it on late, and I think that's one of the maybe mindset things of this program that Kevin Dresser's tried and the staff has worked diligently to instill. Nice big lift right there and a mat return.
And that will do it for the first match between Poulin and Coyle. It's going to go to Stevo, the senior transfer, who will win by major decision.
Yeah, beautiful job in his Hilton debut. 15-6. Held his own, really poured it on late. And that's what you want to see from your veteran guys, to come out, score points. He scored right away, dealt with some adversity, giving up a takedown, responded to that adversity with going and scoring, you know, a few more takedowns. Didn't get any back points, but I know he was looking for him the whole time.
Yeah, this is a look at some of the top 8 wrestlers in 133 for Division II. Zach Arata coming up for Nebraska-Kearney in that territory. He is a 2-time All-American, placed as the runner-up in the NCAA championships a season ago, whereas Kyvan mentioned early in the broadcast, the Lopers are the defending D2 champions.
We didn't make sure the guys got enough rest. It's about March. Everything is essentially practice in demeanor, poise. And this is a great first test, you know. Now in college wrestling, right, these environment, there's about, what do you think, like 5,000 people here?
It's a good crowd here tonight.
Beautiful crowd here for the first home dual meet of the season to support the Cyclone fans, and that's part of that is as highly touted as the UNK Lopers.
Yeah, and something you're not going to see a whole lot during wrestling season was tailgating coming into Hilton outside, which is pretty unique to see coming into Hilton tonight.
Nice snap right there. Goes to the shuck, gets the go behind, and now he's looking to keep that pressure on.
Similar start to the 125 match into the second period between Coyle and Poulin.
And one of the best things that you can do when you're a freshman, sophomore, senior, whatever maturity, getting a 26-second riding time start, and that builds.
And Iowa State scored the 14 points off the major decision from Poulin.
Nice single. Arata able to step out of that. Arata able to
take down from Pearson.
That snap goes to the underhook, throw by, and just moves those feet.
Of Arata. I mean, he's a very veteran wrestler. What did you like specifically of him fending off Pearson a couple times?
Well, he was big with his club hand, to get to that angle, but it was more so just he held good position. That one time he got out of position, Pearson really made him pay for it. Looked like he's going to want to go for a mat return. Nice big trip. Crowd gives him some love. Yeah. And there you go. That's a 40-second ride situation. Good awareness right there from the young man. 50 seconds of riding that he just did right there. Or maybe keeps that ankle.
1:12 left here in this. Another escape there for Arata. Like you said, Kyvan, though, that riding time at 1:25 for Pearson.
Pearson staying outside on that with that right hand. Love to see him come inside and fire off some of those attacks I saw him do in high school. He has a Arata looking for the scramble right here. They're in the waterfall position. Pearson's looking to come through. Arata's looking to kick out. He's going to have to free up that leg. He's going to want to put that leg to his left hip. Pearson is. But we might be going to a stalemate here depending. I think they're kind of making that gentleman's agreement. Nope. The ref. Okay.
Almost looks like there is going to be a change there. Been close to making that move. What does he have to do to take the lead and get an advantage on top of Pearson?
Well, this is where you, I think, just from a developmental perspective, that shows you he's been in the room, you know, since June. There's just an array of people around that weight class that have made sure that he's ready to go, and the coaches felt confident in making that decision in competition. Of a chance. Riding time isn't locked up. Nice shot. Head inside. Knee pull. He's up to his feet. Now he's got that. He's a little high right there, Arata is. He's looking to, Pearson's looking to shake him off, but he hasn't got him off all the way quite yet. But he's looking, now we're in a situation. Look at Kearney want the count. They're going to get it. Okay.
Big shake it off, yeah.
Yep, shakes him off. Okay, 33 seconds left, a minute and 2 riding time in favor of Pearson. So it'll be 7-6. Pearson's gonna have to be careful here because he does have that stall call. All right, now he goes to the waterfall position. Now he's gonna have to, this is crucial. Can you hold?
I've said riding time still in favor of Pearson. Going into the final 10.
Riding time is now locked up. There's gonna be another attack right here from Arata. Pearson holding on. And
like about him, especially facing a couple facets of adversity.
I think he just showed great composure. Just showed great composure.